Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. Pretty slow start from both sides. So, I'll take this moment, end of turn, secure the wastes, excuse me. Anyway, I'd like to take a moment. You may or may not have noticed that I have a new avatar for my channel. And I would like to thank the creator of that avatar. One of my viewers by the name of Zeno Mason made that for me and sent it to me, and I immediately put it up as my new avatar. Thank you, Zeno. I love it, and I hope that everyone else loves it just as much as I do. So it looks like a red-green ramp. Okay, this is renewal. That'll help him out. If Clash of Wills. I was going to say, if it doesn't get countered. So this is an interesting dilemma. The red-green ramp deck is basically being ground to death by 1/1 tokens. And typically they don't have anything that can deal with it. Turn Archive. But then again, having a double secure the wastes on like turn 3 and 4 isn't very common. Dig through time. So if this is a fairly typical red-green ramp deck, he's only got a couple of options that can save him from these tokens. But at the same time, this guy is playing blue-white control. And there's Ugin. Does he have the counter? If he does, it's game. And he does. And that's game. So, interesting. Blue-white counter, or blue-white control deck. Running lots of tokens. But then again, it could just be the fact that, through randomness, he had to secure the wastes. And it just worked out. The right turn timing, that he always had a counter at the right time to shut down the ramp deck. I can't really see the ramp deck being able to do anything about those tokens. I mean, I've discussed this before about the ramp deck, that how weak their early game is and what they have available, which isn't a whole lot. I mean, Jotty Offshoot wouldn't be a bad idea if you know that this guy is going to be playing a lot of tokens. I mean, it'll gain you a little life and be able to block one of those tokens. Unfortunately, there's never just one of them. But second turn Arashan Cleric. That's actually a really good early game card against aggressive decks. It's got a great body to block, the early cards, because they're always small. And then on top of that, it gains you 3 life. So, Sylvan Scrying. This is Pilgrimage. Sylvan Scrying. And a morph. And Stasis Snare to get rid of the morph, which was a Rattleclaw Mystic. Interesting. Anticipate. I have to admit, I don't see Rattleclaw Mystic all that often in ramp decks. Mainly because they usually have something else to play. But wow, 3 Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So he has 9 mana for a colorless spell. Problem is that we've seen this guy play counters. Alright, he's going for it. Ulamog. He's gonna get to remove 2 things whether he counters it or not. And Disdainful Stroke. Counters Ulamog, but he did just nuke his blue mana. And it looks like he is stuck. And here he goes again. Plays Ugin. -3? Nope, he concedes before he does. And it's understandable. He just got screwed. You know, he was stuck on 4 mana, which might not have been a big deal for him. I don't know what the top end of his mana curve is, but you know, a lot of his stuff he didn't need a whole lot of mana for. But when you're stuck on 4 and somebody removes 2 of your land, including the only blue you had, you are going to lose. But I don't know why he conceded the match. I mean, he had a really good first game. And this game, he didn't have such a good game. You know, the third game would have been decisive in my mind to decide which one of these decks was better. But that was a fairly typical red-green ramp deck versus, I'm going to call it blue and white control, but I'll have to look on the deck list to see if there's anything like it. But again, thank you, Zeno. Love the avatar, and if you guys liked what you saw,